Apple's iPhone shipment estimates have been cut down by Morgan Stanley, delivering a blow to the company. So should you buy the stock? Sit tight as we answer that by going through recent news as well as my chart analysis and price prediction. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel Stocks 101 for regular stock market updates. Morgan Stanley has cut its production target for the iPhones by 3 million units, taking the production estimate to 75.5 million. China's production slowdown is the stated reason for this cut, and here's why it's a problem. The holiday season is Apple's biggest sale period and it accounts for a huge chunk of revenue. But Morgan Stanley analysts think that this production problem can dent revenue by 3%. And as for the good news, Apple is planning to increase its iPhone data encryption and privacy measures. With all that in mind, let's analyze the charts. So as you guys can see right over now in the 1-day chart for Apple, and as always, we'll first analyze the 1-day chart, then the 1-hour chart, and to end it off, we'll get to the 5-minute chart. But right off the bat, we're in a gap up. Right, we're up about 1.16% after getting a 1.38% fall yesterday. And of course, there is a bearish trend going on the short term, and I will explain why. But first of all, I'd like you to take a look at the trend that we're currently building. Right, so this trend is a bit weird, but at the same time, we can see that we have a significant top between the 175 and the $185 level, right? So of course these levels are not exactly 175 and 185, but that's pretty much the range that we're using over here, right? So 175 and 185 seems to be a really strong resistance, and at the same time we can see that we're kind of getting out of this trend, right? Not too bullish, but from over here we did get a slight reversal, right? We first built up a bearish trend and now we seem to be building up a bullish trend. So this seems to be somewhat of a reversal pattern, and I do believe that this trend that we are currently in will last long, right? Not exactly long as in something like 6 or 7 months, but at least up until we get the next earnings report. That might be a good turning point. And at the same time, the real thing will be that once we hit this 175 and $185 level, I believe that this time we'll only hit it once the market has recovered. So we'll probably get a good pump around this earnings report, probably get around $150, but at the same time we do have to consider the Morgan Stanley production thing, right? They did say that Apple's iPhone production is definitely hit by the entire China slump, and this most definitely will affect their holiday sales. Hence, the estimate of $124 billion in revenue might take a hit, right? At the same time, we all know that Apple has not missed a single earnings report since a long time, and if it does this time, it will be really, really bad for the stock. And I can see the stock falling by even 5 or 6 or even 10% in a single day if we were to get a bad earnings report, right? Anyways, if we were to talk about the price action, why do I believe it's bearish right now? Over here, we got a pin bar candle on the lower side, followed by a big red candle. So this kind of convinces me that there is somewhat of a bearish price action going on, right? And the buyers just are a bit too weak at the moment, right? I'm not saying that they're weak, they're just a bit weak at the moment. And they might recover, right? They will eventually recover, but of course, considering things like the China thing that just happened, right? The production slump, I'm pretty sure that this entire selling trend is somewhat of a reason of that, including the fact that tech companies in general are being punished by the market, right? We can see that Google fell, CRM fell, Intel fell, and Microsoft, all of the big companies, they fell down, right? Their prices, the stock prices fell down. Shopify fell down, right? Twitter did rise up, but we're not talking about that. So anyways, coming back to the analysis, we can see that this trend that we currently built, right? We did end it off somewhere around over here. Once we got this massive gap down, right, the entire trend shifted over here. So I can see that we've built this somewhat of a, I would say, range, right? And we are kind of squeezing into it right now. So we might actually get a green candle, or rather a really small, somewhat of an inside candle on the red part today, right? And what will that do? Well, in my opinion, I believe that if we were to get a green candle over here, or an inside candle, which basically means that a candle that has a small body and two big wicks on both sides, right? That indicates indecision. And even if we get a green candle right now, I believe that the pullback might continue, right? If that green candle is followed by another green candle, and then, we kind of hit a resistance around this level, around $145, I believe that will be the most likable scenarios, for bears. And at the same time, for buyers, the most preferred scenario would be that if we get, of course, a green candle, then followed by a red candle, but at the same time we take support at 140, and the next day we get another green candle followed by another green candle, and we slowly take it from there, right? That's how we can build up another bull trend over here. Now, what do I think will happen? Well, I personally think that the market has not yet recovered enough for a bull trend. So I do think that a bearish trend is more possible as compared to a bullish reversal. So we might actually kind of, squeeze into this range and then fall out on the lower side. So this is what I personally am predicting. And I would probably take a price target of around $130, right? I'm not saying that it will fall down to that level for sure, but yeah, I personally would kind of think that, hey, with the current price action and considering the market conditions, the stock might fall to the $130 level. And if it does, well, I most definitely will be stacking on some share price, or, well, why did I say share price? I will be stacking on some shares myself, because Apple being a good growth company and, an overall fundamentally strong company, it's good for someone like me who loves to invest in valuable companies, right? I'm more of a value investor than I am a meme trader or anything like that. Yes, I do make videos on MMTLP and stuff, but that's again just because I find those companies particularly interesting. On the other hand, I do find Apple, Google, and at the moment, I'm really interested in Tesla, of course, even though it's not that big of a fundamentally strong company. But of course, we're getting off topic, so we'll get back into the analysis, and for that, we'll have to jump on into the 1-hour chart. And now that we're in the 1-hour chart, we can see that right here, we did get another reversal pattern, right? And it kind of proved out well as well, right? It played out good. So this reversal pattern over here that we got, right? We got a pin bar candle that was down, right? We got a pin bar candle on the lower side that was green, and another pin bar candle followed up, which was red and yet on the upper side. So this is a reversal scenario, a pretty common reversal scenario that I've seen in a lot of trades, right? Again, I'm not saying that it's completely correct, but I have seen this working out, really well in many trading, scenarios or situations, right? So from the current price of $140.2, what will we do? Well, I believe that in the first volume, of course, we will get the most, why did I say volume? In the first candle, we will get the most volume, right? And that should probably push the stock up around $144, and we might take resistance right here, but at the same time, I do believe that we might take resistance at $145. If we were to mark up some levels like support and resistance, I would probably say that $140 is the most important support level that we are looking at right now. After that, of course, we can see that $141.5 seems to be particularly active in this range. And on the the upper side, the upper hand, 146 is also active, as well as 147. 150, of course, is a psychological level, so we will expect it to be quite active. And over here, we did see some resistance around 148.5, right? With that, I don't think there's anything left to analyze in the 1-hour chart, so we'll have to jump on into the main stuff, which, of course, is the 5-minute chart. So now that we're in the 5-minute chart for the 7th December performance, we can see that most of the day we had a sideways trend. And of course, it was a bit bullish over here, right? Not exactly bullish, but a bit bullish. So we did fall down to begin with. We got a gap down, went up all the way over here, got, resisted around 143.3, fell down, took support around 140, the same level, 140.8. After that, of course, got a pullback on the upper side, breather, 142, right, 142.2, good resistance. After that, we fell down, took support again around 140.6 this time. And this right here was, somewhat of an indication that we've built a short-term bearish trend. Now, again, trading classes, well, not financial advice, but this right here, whenever you see that we're making lower lows and lower highs, right, we made a high over here at 143.3, fell down, made a low around 100 what 140.6, right? After that, made a higher low, or rather a lower high. Well, if I reverse that up, and then we did make a higher low. After that, came back to the same levels. Kind of, we wandered around there, but we were getting resisted on the upper side. So we kind of got resisted back into this range of 141.5, right? So this right here was a good squeeze. Right, this right here was the indication that we've fallen below the previous level, right, almost at the verge of breaking it. So 140.6, once we broke it, let me get a line over here. Once we broke this, right, and we can see that we fell down by about, what is this? Is this 0.5%? 0.3%. We fell down by 0.3% in a single candle. We ended the day off with good selling volume at 191,000 shares traded and a pin bar candle on the lower side. So if we were to analyze the pre-market performance of 8th December, we can see that we did get a sideways performance in yesterday's aftermarket, after which, of course, we picked up pace, got supported 141.5, went up, got good volumes, or rather at least good support in the pre-market, and right now we're falling down by a bit, but I do believe that this might be a bullish trend, right? This might be the beginning of a bullish trend. If we were to look at yesterday's market, we can see that we had, I won't say the same, but definitely we did see some similar patterns over there, right? We did go up and then fall down. So I do believe that we might get the same pattern, going up, hitting 143 or 144 and then falling down. Or, right, on the other hand, now this is my most favorable scenario, but if this doesn't play out, what's going to happen? Well, we might straight up fall, but I do believe that we probably will not get a big red candle today. We'll either get a really small red candle or a green candle, and that's, again, just my own guess. So remember that this most definitely is not financial advice, and you should always do your own research before you trade. If, however, you enjoyed my analysis, be sure to hit the like button. If you did not enjoy it, be sure to hit the dislike button. You can subscribe to our channel, Stox 101, for more such videos. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.